and they all die. The end.
Oh, hello there, guys. I didn't see you there. Oh, I was just writing a book. Not actually, I was just typing on my screen. There's nothing there. But I am writing a book because it's NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. And that's why I'm doing this writing vlog right now, smack dab in the middle of the month, because I want to tell you guys my progress so far on the book that I'm writing and all that fun stuff. So as you guys know, I have a book series with my lovely friend Lindsay Cummings, and it's called Zenith the Andromeda Saga. The first book is coming out in just 2 months from now, and I am so incredibly shocked that so much time has passed and it feels like it was just a second. Like 2 months until publication date? What even? And before I get into talking about NaNoWriMo and answering you guys' questions, I want to quickly tell you guys some fun perks that comes with you guys pre-ordering Zenith. So if you live in the US or Canada, go to the link down below that says US and Canada pre-order redemption campaign and go submit your pre-order of Zenith to get this amazing Zenith inspired necklace. I cannot wait to receive mine. Of course guys, I pre-ordered my book. Duh. And don't you worry, other international folks, because you get something really cool as well. If you go to the link down below that says international signed Zenith copies, you can go and pre-order Zenith there and it will be personalized and signed. And you also get a free Zenith pin that's really awesome and I cannot wait to see it in person because I've yet to see it. I cannot wait to put it on all my bags and jean jackets. So we have fun perks for all you guys no matter where you live, and if you have any questions regarding this stuff, either ask me down below or just go to the website because I'm pretty sure all the questions should be answered once you go to the website. So with that being said guys, let's get into the video. So what am I working on this month for NaNoWriMo? Well, here's your answer. I'm working on the second book of the Zenith duology with Lindsay. So far we are 55,000 words into this book. Woo! I like big books and I cannot lie. And that is true because Zenith is almost 500 pages long. Yikes. But we did not start Zenith 2 at the very beginning of NaNoWriMo because we did start it in September after we severely plotted the whole entire book. Even though that plotting has somehow been altered since we started writing Zenith 2 because, you know, things change as you write the book. And you just gotta roll with the flow because the characters tell you what to do because they're always speaking to you and telling you what to do. So since NaNoWriMo started, I want to say that we've actually written 30,000 words, but I cannot be certain about that. But I know that we've written a majority of Zenith 2 within November so far. And I think that we have another 50,000 to 75,000 words left to write within this book in order to finish it at the end of November, but it may go into December a little bit. But that's fine because we are doing NaNoWriMo, but it's kind of a loosely based NaNoWriMo where we're like, go into December slightly, it's fine. Because honestly, I use NaNoWriMo as just mainly inspiration to write something. For example, I've been doing NaNoWriMo for 3 years now. The first year I did it was my first year of college, and I was writing a superhero book, but then after a while I noticed, Sasha, Marvel and DC have all, like, those things covered, so yeah, nothing's gonna come of this, and nothing did. But maybe one day, guys, maybe one day you'll see a superhero book. Who knows? Probably not. But maybe. Publishing gods, please buy that book. And then the second year I was doing NaNoWriMo, which was last year, Lindsay and I were working on Zenith 2. And by working on Zenith 2, I mean we're kind of outlining it, but kind of not, because we were in Scotland and we got really distracted by Scotland by hiking instead of plotting, so I mean, I'm not complaining. But then this year is the first really serious year that I've been wanting to finish a book within the month of November, and that is Zenith 2, which does have a name, but I shall not say what it is yet, because you guys shall find out very soon, I think, maybe. I'm not sure. It's up to the publisher to announce it. But you should be seeing it within the next couple of months after Zenith comes out. And in my opinion, I really like the name. I think it's really good. And let me tell you, it's really hard coming up with a name after you have a book called Zenith, because Zenith is such an awesome name in my opinion that it's like, how do you measure up to it? But I think we did, and I'm very excited for you guys to read all about the next book in Zenith, especially knowing the title. Oh, I can't believe the first book comes out in just a short 2 months. It really freaks me out. So this week, Lindsay and I are doing mainly plotting stuff because we used to pants this book, which means that you pretty much just go into it with a very loose outline or not even outline at all, and you just write. And that's how we did Zenith 1. But with Zenith 2, there's a lot more detail in it because it's the end of this duology, so you need to fit everything into a 500 pages or less book. Or more. It really depends. I'm not sure how long this book is going to be. It could be like 1,000 pages. Oh gosh, please no. I would like to finish this book in my lifetime. But we are taking this week to really plot out the rest of this book because we did plot it out at the very beginning of us writing it in September, but some circumstances have changed in the book because the characters have told us where they want to go, and it's not in the course that we originally planned. So we are really focusing on writing a little bit this week, but also majorly but also just plotting it and planning where the characters are going to go next in the storyline. In exciting news, Lindsay and I are on to the third document of Zenith because we are writing it on Google Docs, and Google Docs pretty much gets slow after you write about 100 pages on it, and we made the mistake of writing the whole entire book of Zenith 1 on that the document, and it ended up becoming so slow that it took like 5 minutes to load one page. We learned from our past mistakes on that. So we are moving on to our third document, which means that Zenith 2 is about to hit 300 pages long, and that is so cool and so exciting, and then really daunting because revisions are gonna be so much fun. So we plan on finishing Zenith 2 at the end of this month, and then in December we plan on revising it with just Lindsay and I. And then after revising it, gets shipped off to our editor to make some serious edits for us, and then it gets sent back to us, and then goes back to her, then back to us, back to her, and then so forth and so on. It's a long process, and it's probably gonna take another couple months until Zenith 2 is gonna be finished. In a couple months, I mean, it'll probably be done at the beginning of summer, which is super exciting, but also really sad since it's a duology and it's the last book in this world, and that's kind of sad, but it's also really exciting because I'm so excited on the path that this book is going. I cannot wait for you guys to read it. And just to cover the bases for Project Red, which is my solo novel that I'm currently working on. By currently, I mean I put on hold in order to get Zenith 2 done. That book is getting back into my brain starting in January once Zenith 2 is submitted, because I would like to have at least 100 pages done by spring of that book so I could then go give it to my agent and hopefully it'll get bought by a publisher, because I really am excited for that book to be brought to the masses just because it is like literally my heart and soul. But until then, I need to go and focus on Zenith 2, and then I can focus on Project Red because I'm so excited. T-Rex hands. So far NaNoWriMo has been really great, and just some advice for you guys if you're doing it for the first time or the 7th time or whatever, just keep on writing. Like, honestly, just do as much as you can and just make sure that you're having fun doing it. Okay, now I shall get into your questions. I asked you guys on Twitter for some questions, so let's see what you guys have in store for me. So Marie asked, do you listen to music while writing? If so, what do you listen to? And please, can I have Fraser? Please, take him. I'm kidding, don't. Please don't. So I don't really listen to music while writing just because I like to just have the characters' voices in my head, not just like, you know, people singing. Portia asks, do you use Pinterest for inspiration? Yes, Lindsay and I have a collaborative board on Pinterest that's called Zenith. If you want to go check it out, it has lots of aesthetics for the book. So if you like what you see there, you shall like the book, hopefully. Tips on dialogue. So dialogue is really difficult for me, especially when I first started writing Zenith, but it has become way easier nowadays because I've been writing for about almost 3 years now, and it's been something that has been a learning process, but a fun one as well. Because I first started horrible at dialogue. I hated it. I'm very much more of a descriptive person. But just reading other people's books, seeing how they have dialogue, and seeing how their dialogue progresses throughout their books, you notice that you're not alone, because dialogue can be really awkward sometimes because you need to be like, will they actually say this? Is this something that actually somebody would say to each other? But you really just need to know your characters and know what they're gonna say. So honestly, my tips for dialogue is that, you know, it may be bare bones when you go through the first draft, but the second draft, add more dialogue in, make it more fluid and more realistic, and just as you go through the drafts, just make sure the dialogue is up to par from what you want it to be. If it's the first draft, it's okay if it's not the best dialogue. Just get through it and go to the second draft and make it better in that draft. Just get the book written, then go back and fix all the things that you want to be fixed, and dialogue may be that one. Tanya asks, do you write with Fraser in the room? If so, what does he do while you write? Run around or relax next to you? Does he try to stop you from writing? Honestly, yes, sometimes he does. That's why I always take him outside. We go to the dog park, we run around, I get him exhausted before I sit down and write, because if I get him exhausted before I write, he will be asleep for like easily like 2-3 hours, and then I just take him out again, we go for a quick potty, then I go back to writing, and he's happy, because, you know, it's always important to take care of your dog first, because if you have a dog, especially an active dog like I have, you know, you need to make sure that he is thoroughly exercised, or else he's gonna be a menace inside the house. Kim asks, how do you create and establish a character in a short time span when doing NaNoWriMo? What I tell people before they start NaNoWriMo is create character boards before it actually starts, so once you go into NaNoWriMo, you already know who you're writing about. And lastly, Jordan asks, how do you deal with writer's block? I go and slam my head against the wall repeatedly until that block is gone. Okay, actually, I just go on Pinterest and I get inspiration. I also go and talk to Lindsay, because when you have a co-author, they can help inspire you to get back into writing right away. So I have really great tools in order to get back into writing after writer's block hits me. So get inspiration, go talk to a friend, and it tends to work for me. Okay guys, so that's all for my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want another writing video to head towards you very soon, please slap a like on this one. And comment down below if you're doing NaNoWriMo. I would love to know. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!